Alright, hello everybody, and welcome back. It's Sir Adrian here to film the German Empire's turn in our current game of Global War 1914, titled Operation Caporetto, where we are currently in the summer 1914. The Germans, on this turn, they'll get the Schutztruppe that they'll be able to, be able to place. We'll go ahead and put that guy, or place units. This is the first turn that Germany will be at wartime income. So we have the money we saved from the prequel, which is 4 IPP, plus our base of 35. And that at the end of this turn, well, currently actually, because we're going to war, these align. So Cuba's going to align, and Morocco will align. So we actually go up to 37. So that's what we'll collect at the end of this turn. And France normally is at 21, but then with the loss of Morocco, they would be at 20. Whoops. So there you have it. So for purchases, got a few. We are going to move up one of the dreadnoughts, and I just did this. I think we should probably do that for the other units as well, because technically, I think when they're under construction, wherever they're being built, uh, if that facility was bombed, it could set them back a stage, or there's something with that. So I think everyone we should go through any dreadnoughts we have being produced and say just where they're being produced. Mine are all being produced at the major shipyard in Eastern Germany. Yeah, because I think major shipyards, they produce up to up to five units per turn. So that is also taking up 3 of the slots until these are finished for that major shipyard. But anyways, we're paying 4 to advance a dreadnought from stage 4 to stage 3. We'll pay 4 to start producing an Austro-Hungarian dreadnought that will be lend-leased eventually. So that'll be at stage 4. And actually, we'll keep this red circle around it just so I can recall. And we'll even write lend-lease. I thought we had lend-lease tokens, but maybe not. But just so I know. I will start construction of my own dreadnought at stage 4. That's our freebie. We'll upgrade the medium factory in Bavaria to a major factory. We will purchase a minor factory. We'll upgrade a colonial infantry to an infantry for 2 IPP. We'll buy a colonial infantry for 2 IPP, a cavalry for 4 IPP, a truck for 2 IPP, an artillery unit for 5 IPP, and for 1 IPP each, we'll attempt to influence Romania and Greece. So that'll be the entirety of our 39 IPP spent. Otherwise, we're good to go. Tech, we have the 2 major factories. We'll go for defense in depth and wartime economy. Roll those out. That's unfortunate. It's a miss for both, so not a great way to start, but can't be lucky all the time. Excuse me. For the diplomacy, as I said, Romania and Greece, so we need a 2 or less to bring them down. This light colored dice will be for Greece. This dark blue one will be for Romania. Miss on both of those as well. Combats, we will have a couple. We'll get the easy ones out of the way. So the Germans are declaring war on the French this turn, as well as the Russians. So this colonial infantry in German Cameroon is going to walk on to Ubangui Chari and capture that. It's not worth anything, but they'll take that from the French. Excuse me. That's it down in Africa. The ships, I think you're supposed to move them during combat, just in case there could be the chance of combat happening. I do believe, if I recall the rules correctly, that's how it works. If not, we're doing this anyway, so we'll just go ahead and move it now while I'm over here. But the German cruiser off Kaiser Wilhelmsland or Land will be moving as it gets a boost from the major port 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up to here. The torpedo boat destroyer in M6 just off Italy. We'll move one space over to M7. Actually, yeah, I think that's fine. We'll keep that there. Of course, we'll be moving our cruiser raider away from the North American coast, so we don't trigger that income increase for the Americans. So that will move 1, 2, 3 spaces to A39. What else? Have a German submarine that'll move through the Kiel Canal 1, 2, 3. Park just in the English Channel. Have a coastal sub that will move 1, 2 because it has a boost. A10. Park him in there. Okay, then for the other tax, I don't have them all drawn out because I was kind of thinking things over, but we will have the 3 infantry in East Prussia, along with the 3 regular infantry, the fighter, and the heavy artillery will attack into Grodno province. We will have from the 2nd Fleet we'll have 3 infantry units. Actually, 3 infantry and one of the cavalry from Western Germany, because that borders that same sea zone. So 4 units total. They will load onto these transports. They will move A space up to A13, along with 2 dreadnoughts and 2 pre-dreadnoughts. And actually three torpedo boat destroyers as well. So most of the second fleet, except for a cruiser, 2 pre-dreads, and a dreadnought. They'll move up to there, and those units will be offloading into both Lapland. So we'll split these two. Yeah, so two of the infantry will offload into Lapland. So in a walk-on attack. And then the other 2, they will attempt to amphibious assault into southern Finland. So we have 2 units, so we'll have 2 dreadnoughts bombarding at, I believe it's a 4, but we'll double check just to be sure. Yeah, so shore bombardment at a 4. Go ahead and we can roll that out here. So 2 at 4. 2 misses. So then we have 1 infantry attacking at A2 because it's flat terrain. And that's the hit we needed. We'll roll the cavalry just in case. Cavalry be at a 3. And that's the 2 hits. And then he has an infantry unit defending at a 4. And that's a miss. Perfect. So we take that territory. Cavalry. Or the infantry unit. And actually, I think the cavalry, pretty sure he would have only been in the second round of combat. But even without that, that's still a hit. But I'll have to remember that. So Russia goes down an IPP. Germans go up 1. That battle's over. The other battle, yeah, so this one, which I had said we would do. Yep, so do that one. So this one we will move to the battle board because we have a few more units. No terrain effects at all, and it's flat terrain and all that. Go ahead and move everything over. So we have the Russian commander. He has a cavalry unit with him, paired, so he should be effective. So that cavalry wouldn't be partaking in combat. Trying to find an effective marker. Where did we put those again? There we go. Yeah, so the cavalry, he'd be paired with them, so he is effective. Then we would have 2 Russian infantry, which normally defend at a 4 without the trench line, but they would be at a 5. Commander, the artillery is not affected. That's at a 4. And then the fighter He's not paired with the commander, but it's a 1914 fighter, so it doesn't have a defense value. And then fighting them, we have 3 artillery, which will be at a 4, heavy artillery, which will be at a 6, the infantry units, 3 of them, which are normally at a 2 because there's no terrain or that, but they'll be boosted by the artillery units to 3. And then we have a fighter as well, which does not have an attack value, and we will use that fighter to observe the heavy artillery and boost it to a 7. So we'll have the heavy artillery at 7, and then 3 regular artillery, first striking at a 4. So we'll go ahead and do those first. So 2 hits, the one's at 4. He has 1 artillery, first strike at a 4. It's a 5, so a miss. So we got 2 hits, so he has to lose 2. In this case, he would probably lose the fighter or 1 hit. And then I would imagine the artillery. You wouldn't want to lose the cavalry, I don't think, because he's paired with the commander, but although the commander would still stay effective in this case, actually. So I think he would probably lose the cavalry because the commander for this battle still maintains his effectiveness, and this costs more. If that's not the case, we could change that, but for now, in the future, I'll ask for bigger battles. We should be asking the casualty orders to avoid situations like this, but I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do. But anyways, so then we continue on. So now we have our 3 infantry units at 3. No hits. He has 2 infantry at 5, and then the artillery at 4. Sorry, not the artillery, because that already hit. So not the green dice, just the 2 blue dice. So 1 hit on a 3. That's it for the first round. So I have to lose a unit. I will lose an infantry unit. I think. Oh, whoops. Not what I wanted to do. There we go. So we can press the attack, which I will do. So I still have the heavy artillery at a 7, 3 regular artillery at 4. So 3 hits, 1, 2, 3, and that's the ones we needed because the commander will retreat. But we'll roll the 2 regular infantry just in case. So none of them would have hit. He loses the 2, that, and then he gets the artillery at 4 and the 2 infantry at 5. So 1 more hit. And we'll lose another infantry unit. And that battle is over. So we have to roll for his commander to see if he retreats or if he's eliminated. I think on a roll of a 12, he's eliminated. An 8. I do believe he retreats on an 8. But we will double check. Yeah, 1 to 11, he escapes, and he's placed in any friendly land zone up to 4 spaces away. So we'll leave that up to Be Nasty as the Russians, um, or even before the Russians, we can have this uh, fixed, which actually we should probably do anyways because it would matter maybe for the Austro-Hungarian turn. So for now, we'll just put them in southern Belarusia. Draw a red circle around him, but before the Austrians go, we'll let Benassi know, and that guy can retreat up to 4 spaces away out of Grodno province. But the Germans take Grodno province. So there's that. And it's not worth anything, so we don't have to worry about any of that. But yeah, there we have it. And otherwise, that was all the attacks for the Germans, I do believe. Uh, hmm. No, I think yeah, we'll try the attack from Bavaria into Lorraine and see what happens. Okay, so we'd have in this battle, there would be a French fighter, which would be with the commander, who would be effective, because he's been in that territory for a little bit. So we'll keep those two together. Yeah, defending. 3 French artillery units, which should be at a 4. And then there would be the 3 regular infantry units, which normally without any kind of boost are at a 4. They would be boosted by the commander. And then the fortification. 2d12 at 5. Yeah, +2 defense to all other infantry class units in the zone on the first round of combat. So I think that is cumulative with the commander's ability. So they should be at a 7. We would then have 4 or 5 artillery, sorry, at 4. We got our commander who, whoops, is also effective paired with his fighter. We have an observation balloon. We'll use that to boost one of the artillery to 5. And then we have 4 infantry. They are crossing. Oh, no river crossing. So it's flat terrain. So they would normally be at a 2, but they're boosted by the artillery units to 3, and then by the commander to 4s. Yeah, and this one we'll use that to boost it. Okay, so first we got the first strike. So the blue will be for the one regular artillery at 5, and then we got 4 at 4. So roll those out, see what happens. So one hit. We'll put that, keep track of that. Then he has the 3 at 4 plus 2 at, I believe it was 5 for the fortification. Yeah, 2d12s at 5 for strike. That'll be the green ones. So he gets 3 first strike hits. So he has to lose 1 unit. And the first strike, I think he would probably lose the fighter. Because I only got the 1 hit, so he keeps his artillery and infantry. I have to lose 3 units. So I will lose my 3 infantry. And first strike. Then I have my 1 infantry. Yeah, 1 infantry at 4. So that's 1 more hit. And then he has 2 3 infantry units responding on a 7. And 1 more hit for him as well. So now he would probably lose an infantry unit. Or that's 1 hit just to keep his artillery. And I have to lose a unit. I would lose an infantry unit. And I would call that attack there, I think. Yeah, I think I would call it there. Yep. So that battle is over. So the French go back into Lorraine. And then there's their commander. Doesn't have that. And then we go back into Bavaria. Okay, so that's it for the German turn, non-combat. We'll move over some artillery. First of all, we will rail two heavy artillery into East Prussia. Our commander will walk over into East Prussia. Out of these infantry units in Berlin, Actually, no. The commander will keep it. We'll keep the commander in East Germany. We'll walk over 2 heavy artillery into Eastern Germany. The Zeppelin will fly over into Eastern Germany. The observation balloon will move over into Eastern Germany. The truck can bring an infantry unit. So it will carry over 1 infantry unit into Saxony to join the ones there. We'll walk over 2 infantry units, the remaining 2 from Berlin into Eastern Germany. We'll rail an infantry unit. Yeah, because we haven't railed nothing yet. We'll rail an infantry unit from Western Germany into, or actually, we don't even have to rail it. We'll walk it over into Eastern Germany. Sorry about that. And we'll grab a chip because this is going to get messy pretty quick. Yeah, so we'll walk that over. The fighter in Western Germany will fly over into Bavaria. And then for railing, we'll walk one of the artillery that's in Western Germany into Eastern Germany. And we'll rail the 3 remainder using all 3 of our rail movement into Saxony. Alright, and then I think that's it for non-combat movement. We'll clean that up off screen. Yeah, that should be it. So now it's just placing units, including our reserves, and collecting our money. And that'll be it. Alright, so the unit that we're upgrading, oh yeah, that would be this one here. There's supposed to be one there. I think I deleted it because I planned to upgrade it, but in... oh no, that's the one we moved. Okay, yeah. No, is this... Yeah, this one I want to upgrade. So the one in German South Africa... Oh, we can't because there's no... Okay. Okay. I think that might change things. Okay, so we'll give ourselves back 2 IPP. I might still spend those, but I don't think we can upgrade that one. Schutztruppe. I'll just double check. We don't have to place that anywhere in particular every summer. Colonial infantry. Okay, so place in Africa. So that's where we want to place it anyways. Okay, so the German Schutztruppe colonial infantry that we received, we will place that in German Cameroon. The other colonial infantry we purchased, here, we'll place one in Morocco. We'll spend 2 IPP instead of saving that on another colonial That one we will place down in uh, German German East Africa. Or no, German South Africa, yeah. German South Africa. The minor factory that we had purchased, that we are building it in German East Africa using the one manpower that's there. And we have a supply path to the home country as well. In Bavaria, that's the factory that's being upgraded from a medium to a major. So that's finished. The cavalry unit that we purchased, that actually, instead of the colonial in South Africa, that's where we'll place the cavalry unit. So we still have a leftover colonial. That one will place in Cuba. Yeah, we'll build that one in Cuba. Why not? The truck we will build in Western Germany. No, in Berlin. Yeah, we'll build a truck in Berlin. The artillery, we will build it in Bavaria. And then just our reserves, where we have 6 total. Where for those, we'll build 3 of them in Bavaria. We'll build 1 in Berlin, 1 in Saxony, and then the final one we'll build it in Eastern Germany. All right, otherwise that is it for the Germans' turn. So we go ahead and collect 38 IPP, plus the trade with Chile, 39, plus trade with Norway, and I believe we have the bonuses. Sweden and Norway are neutral or Central Powers aligned. So Norway is still neutral, Sweden's still neutral. Major shipyard in Western Germany is not located. So we get +2 for that, +1 for that. So +3 because we can't do that one. So 38 +1 to 3, that's 41. Plus the trade with Chile and then with Norway as well. I believe that's correct. So we should have 43 IPP to spend on the next turn. All right, otherwise this video has been long enough, I'm sure. That's it for us, and we can hand things on over to a quick peacetime Brit turn.